Stand back! There's a hurricane coming through.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
Ooh, yeah. You know something mean, Gene.
Raw is Jericho!
It doesn't matter what your name is.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
Is it surprising that the future is now?
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
You're welcome.
For the benefit of those with flash photography.
If you can survive, if I let you.
Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of the GuysNation Wrestling Podcast. Had some technical difficulties over the past, few weeks. We're down a host today, but that's not going to stop me from previewing SummerSlam 2014, which kicks off tonight. They got a card with 9 matches on it. One of them's not on the pay-per-view, so to speak, but with everyone probably watching on WWE Network, doesn't really matter. We've also got the WWE 2K15 rosters announced for the upcoming video game, and some TNA news that's going to significantly impact their landscape. I'm not sure how much of that we're going to get into, but I want to jump right on into the SummerSlam 2014 card with my predictions on what I think need to happen. You'll notice today that it's just one host. John hopefully is going to be joining me next week. He's the one that usually hosts this show. Need to get him back on board, get some of the technical difficulties figured out. But until then, hopefully I'll be a good substitute. I'm usually with you anyway. Let's rock on. We'll start at the bottom of the card. Rob Van Dam against Cesaro in a match that's not part of the official pay-per-view, so to speak. For those of you who don't have WWE Network, you'll have to find this one elsewhere. It's not going to be on the broadcast. Starts before 8 o'clock Eastern. Rob Van Dam, his role in WWE right now should be to put over the younger talent. Cesaro, his role should be climbing that ladder. This one, to me, elementary. Should go Cesaro's way. I don't see any reason why on a big pay-per-view like SummerSlam that Rob Van Dam should get this win. Cesaro should do his big spin, let Rob Van Dam jump out of it or something like that, have a good spot, one way or the other. At the end of the match needs to go Cesaro's way. Getting into the card, on Wikipedia they list this one last, so I'll start with it. Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, lumberjack match. Personally, I would have liked to have had the briefcase on the line, Money in the Bank briefcase. Maybe they added that stipulation on SmackDown, but I don't see it here on Wikipedia. Would have been a prime opportunity. Dean Ambrose's goal right now has been to get back at Seth Rollins for turning his back on him. And secondarily, he wants to stop Seth Rollins from being able to cash in the briefcase. Seems like a perfect fit. Dean Ambrose, crazy guy, not sure what to expect. Perfect opportunity for him to have the briefcase. Then Seth Rollins can be the one to ruin the cash-in. I don't think there should be a cash-in tonight. Hopefully there won't be. One way or the other. I see Dean Ambrose winning this match. I don't know how you progress this feud without Dean Ambrose getting the big win. I don't think at the end of the night there should be any speculation as to whether Seth Rollins is going to cash in. I'd like to see him carted off on an ambulance at the end of the night. Next up, The Miz defends his WWE Intercontinental Championship against Dolph Ziggler. I'm not sure that anyone on the WWE roster right now is getting bigger cheers than Dolph Ziggler, proportional to the push that they've been getting. Dolph Ziggler not exactly in the main event right now. He should be. They should be banking on him. If they don't want to put him in the title picture for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, give him the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Miz versus Ziggler has been one of the greatest feuds of 2014, probably the past couple years. Transcended the shows, transcended Raw, SmackDown, main event, taking it to Twitter. This is how you do things, folks. You're not going to put them at the top of the card. You're giving them a strong place in the middle. You got Randy Orton against Roman Reigns. I think the Roman Reigns trajectory pretty well understood to be going up. Randy Orton does not need a win here. That said, he probably will. The feud will probably continue. Roman Reigns needs to have a good feud, not just a good match and a good win. If you have Seth Rollins losing, you're going to need another part of the Authority to get a big win. I think there's been some speculation as to whether or not the Authority wants to keep Randy Orton around. Unless they're going in the direction where Orton gets the boot from the Authority, I think Orton needs the win. Roman Reigns can get a win at Survivor Series some other time, not tonight. AJ Lee defending the WWE Divas Championship against Paige. This one's tough to call. I'll go with Paige. AJ Lee's had the belt. She's had the advantage. Paige has had a good heel turn. Time to give her the belt. Let AJ Lee chase her. Let some of the other divas fall by the wayside. I'm not sure what other heel divas they have in WWE right now. Serve up the faces. You got Jack Swagger versus Rusev in a flag match. They just had Bo Dallas end his winning streak, his undefeated streak. I don't think it's a good move to do that for Rusev right now. Still have the opportunity to move Rusev way up the card. Feed him to someone like John Cena, Chris Jericho. Someone that matters more than Jack Swagger. You want to say Jack Swagger matters? Go back and look at his WrestleMania title shot from a year and a half ago. No one cared about that match. Swagger versus Del Rio. Where's Del Rio now? Fired. If he was important, they would have overlooked whatever he did backstage. They'd suspend him. Not important. That said, he does draw heat with some people. He didn't with Swagger. Blame it on Swagger. I don't think Swagger's got it. Rusev keeps the winning streak alive. We get to keep looking at Lana with partial disgust, partial lust. We've got the other Divas match, Brie Bella versus Stephanie McMahon. I think this one's going to be interesting. I think we're going to get a heel turn from Nikki Bella. Seen a couple people mention it online. Makes total sense. It's a great way to go. Whenever Stephanie McMahon's involved in a match, you can be sure that they're going to pull out something, because it's not going to be a straight up match. What better opportunity to give Nikki Bella something interesting to do than a feud with her sister, because she joined the Authority. What does Nikki Bella care about Daniel Bryan or her sister? They've definitely shown some strife between Nikki and Brie on the Total Divas show. Why not keep it going? You've got Bray Wyatt versus Chris Jericho, where Eric Rowan and Luke Harper are banned from ringside. I've heard people say that this is an opportunity for Bray Wyatt to add someone to the Wyatt family. Some people are saying Sami Zayn. Not sure how I feel about that. Sami Zayn's an exciting competitor to watch. I don't think you need to add another positive face to a group that's supposed to be heelish. If they're not supposed to be heelish, then why are they going against Chris Jericho? I think Bray Wyatt needs a big win. I think part-time Jericho doesn't. You want to have Jericho as your champion? I don't know about that. He keeps going on tour with his rock band, Fozzy. That's great. He's a great name to come in and get some attention from the fans. Make the match that his opponent is in, make it bigger than it would have been if they would have been against someone like Fandango or The Miz or Sheamus. Chris Jericho carries weight. Bray Wyatt needs this win to show what he can do. He got that big win back at Royal Rumble against Daniel Bryan. He had a big feud against John Cena. Let's give him a match against Chris Jericho. Let him win. Make up for having lost a month ago. Let the Wyatt train keep rolling forward. Then on to your big main event, John Cena, WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Brock Lesnar. I don't know why you would have Brock Lesnar end the Undertaker's streak and then have his next match be a loss to John Cena, a guy who doesn't need anything else to make his credibility, anything else to make his legacy. I think Brock Lesnar needs to get this win. We need to start the reign of the beast, the age of the beast, the age of WWE Apocalypse. I think Brock Lesnar needs this win. I think WWE needs Brock Lesnar as champion. I think when Daniel Bryan comes back, he'd be a good opponent for Brock Lesnar. Probably not going to happen for a few months, maybe 6 months. I think Brock Lesnar's the guy you need to hold the championship right now. I think Paul Heyman's the guy that needs to be the mouthpiece of the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. I think SummerSlam 2014 needs to end with Brock Lesnar holding the championship up high, John Cena getting carted out. If we need a month or so without John Cena, I think we need Brock Lesnar tearing through the opposition. I'll talk more about that probably in a coming episode. I've got some plans for another episode this week. I know we've had a little bit of time off from the GuysNation Wrestling Podcast, but I'm kicking it back up. Next week we're going to talk about where these 9 matches fit into the greatest matches in SummerSlam history. Most of them probably won't get talked about because we're not going to go through all 200 matches in SummerSlam history. We're just going to go with the top 50. Just going to rattle some off. Let's see where these matches might fit. Right off the bat, I'm thinking Miz versus Dolph Ziggler, probably going to fit on there. Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins has the potential. Bray Wyatt versus Jericho has the potential. Cena versus Lesnar might make it on there. John Cena has the capability to put on great matches. Brock Lesnar, really good wrestler. You don't want to believe it? That's fine. They're going to put on something entertaining. Will it go 25 minutes? Maybe. If it does, likelihood goes down that it's going to be a great match. We'll see that match right around, play somewhere between 15 and 20 minutes. That's the ideal opportunity for them. I'll be weighing in on that next week. Well, let's switch gears a little bit. We went through the process of setting up the roster reveal for their upcoming video game WWE 2K15. They revealed the rosters. I, for one, don't care so much about who's on the list, who's not on the list, because there's a lot of people you expect to be on the list. Some of them aren't there. Bret Hart's not there. Do I think I'm going to have to create him myself? No, I don't. I think he's going to be in the downloadable content. Even if he's not, the people out there, the WWE Universe that play the game, they do a good enough job at creating them. I'm excited to play as Sting, but I've played as Sting in just about every other WWE video game that allows created content. Could be cool to see the entrances, his music. I'm hyped for it. I might have to do the pre-order. Excited as always to see Hulk Hogan in it. But I need to see somebody like Yokozuna in it. I haven't seen his name. We'll see what happens. TNA Wrestling, a lot of you probably don't care about it. But this week, they lost one of their tag team champions, Davey Richards. Went down with a leg injury. Don't know the extent of it. Don't know how long he'll be out. TNA was running on fumes anyway. This could be a major blow. Not sure where the Wolves go from here. Not sure what they do with the belts. But they were looking to potentially go out of business anyway. This is not going to make or break them. But it's certainly something that will affect my ability to enjoy watching the show each week. So like I said, most of you probably don't watch every week anyway. So to you, it probably doesn't matter. This edition of GuysNation Wrestling Podcast shorter than normal. Like I said, only one host this time around. We're going to have another episode coming up this week. Perhaps I can get John, technically get him patched in, get him to co-host. If not, it'll just be me, potentially with a different co-host, if we can figure out their technical issues. That's all for this time around. Enjoy SummerSlam 2014.